Assalamu alaikum. In the name of Allah, the most gracious and the most merciful. Today we are going to learn about the digestive system and the circulatory system. The digestive system is the system that is associated with the food. Every bite of food that goes into your mouth passes through the digestive system. The digestive system does the following jobs. Number one, it helps break down the food into smaller pieces. My question is, why do we need to break down the food into smaller pieces? And the answer is, the food needs to be broken down into smaller pieces so that the blood could carry them to other cells. And the cells then takes in that food particles and convert them into energy. Why we need energy? We need energy to perform several functions. So now this is how it happens. We get energy from the food. We get food from the digestive system. But the foods are very large, so we need to break them down so that they could easily be carried out to other cells. So that is the function of the digestive system. Number two, removes waste from the body. There are several things which we cannot retain in our body. So the first thing we have to do is to remove that things from our body. And the digestive system removes waste from the body. This is your digestive system. The first thing you take in food through the mouth, then it goes into the food pipe, also known as the esophagus. The food when goes into the stomach has the acid, which is known as HCl, which kill the germs. And number two, stomach also mixes the food with the acid. Once it kills the germs, it goes into the small intestine. The pink colored thing is the small intestine. Small intestine receives chemical from the pancreas and from the liver. Small intestine receives chemical from the pancreas and the liver. Once it is completely broken down, partially or completely broken down in the small intestine, it is transported to the large intestine. And then the things that need to be absorbed are absorbed by the blood, and the things that cannot be absorbed remain in the large intestine. Then the large intestine excrete out the unwanted material, and this is how the food that we need is carried out by the blood, and the food that we don't need is excreted out from the body. These are the function of each digestive system organ. Mouth takes in the food. Then in the mouth we have teeth, tongue, and the salivary glands. Salivary glands produce saliva. This saliva lubricates the food, makes it easier for us to swallow. Then it goes into the esophagus, which is also known as food pipe, and it transports the food to the stomach. This stomach has the acid and it mixes the food. The food then goes into the small intestine. The purple colored intestine is the small one. This small intestine receives juices from the pancreas and from the liver. Once the food is chemically broken down, it goes into this light yellow or orange colored large intestine. The food is then absorbed through the large intestine and the small intestine, food and water and minerals. The rest remain in the large intestine and it goes into the rectum. Rectum can store feces and then it is excreted out through the anus. So this is how this whole process happened of taking and absorbing the food and excreting out the unwanted substances. This is the flow chart for the digestive system. Let's see this. Food goes into the mouth. In the mouth we have teeth, tongue, saliva, then it goes into the pharynx. Then what is pharynx? Pharynx is the place which prevent food from going into the other pipe that leads to the lungs. We don't want the food to go into the lungs other than stomach, so it needs to be stopped right there. The pharynx is performing this function by stopping the food from going into the other pipe. From the pharynx, it goes into the esophagus, also known as food pipe. Then it goes into the stomach, mixes and chemical, and then it goes into the duodenum. Duodenum is the same as the small intestine. It's just the starting of a small intestine. That is why it is written as duodenum. Then the small intestine, which absorbs the food. Then the large intestine, which absorbs the water. Then the food goes into the rectum. That is a place which can store feces, and then it is excreted out through the anus. I hope it is quite clear that how the digestive system works. The second system we are going to talk today is the circulatory system. The circulatory system is made up of the heart, and a network of tubes called blood vessels. Blood vessels is also known as nase in Urdu. The blood vessels are of two types. The one is the veins, the blue one. The other is the arteries, the red one. Both have different functions. The red one passes from the body to the heart, and the blue one passes blood from the body to the heart, and the red one carries blood from the heart to the body. Blue from the body to the heart, red from the heart to the body. So the blue one has the blood which is deoxygenated. When I'm saying deoxygenated, it means that it does not have oxygen. The red one, the arteries, have oxygenated blood, which means they have oxygen. How is this all happening? The body, the blood from the body is carried to the right side of the heart. Now tell me, what is the name of the vessel that is doing this? It must be from the body to the heart. What should we call that? The veins. And this blood do not have oxygen. It's go to the right side of the heart. It is still do not have oxygen. Then to the lungs, but the lungs can now gives it oxygen and takes the other gases that it has. So the now blood have oxygen. It goes to the left side of the heart, and then it is transported to the body, and this time it is containing oxygen. So this is how all it happens in our body. How our blood is cleared by the lungs. So the function of the circulatory system is to pump blood to all parts of the body. I hope it is quite clear that how the digestive system and how the circulatory system works. Still, you got any question, please feel free to ask. Take care. Allah Hafiz.